With a lot going on about promoting and encouraging local production to boost Nigeria's economy and create jobs, this episode captures the creativity in arts and crafts, mostly of women who are deliberate about being exceptional in what they do. Today we see a young lady taking the front line of her clearly defined crafts and initiatives. Hi everyone, my name is Edakwile and this is Edakwile Show. Today's program is all about breaking bounds, and we have some fantastic and beautiful ladies in the house today who are ready to share their stories with us. And one of such ladies is called Nkeru Emodi. She is one young person that has chosen to break all the bounds despite what the situation or the environment is saying. She believes that she's the master of her fate and the captain of her ship. Nkeru Emodi, welcome to our program.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and we have another guest of the program. She's a friend of the Edakwile Show. Her name is Ada Obaji. Ada Obaji is a banker. Oh, was a banker? Banker turned entrepreneur. Okay, please take it from there. Let us meet you more.
Ada Obaji is a banker turned entrepreneur with a special emphasis on social skills, what people typically refer to as etiquette. So what Ada Obaji focuses on, or what has actually caught my fancy, is how little things can undermine great things, and how little things can actually shoot up great ideas. Right. So that's basically what I do.
Welcome to our program.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, now let's go back to our guest today, Nkeru Emodi. Let's meet you. What do you do?
Okay, my name is Nkeru Emodi, and I'm a graduated from the University of Benin, studied accounting in school. And then now I'm a cobbler.
A cobbler. What led to that?
A female shoemaker.
Yeah, female shoemaker. What led to that? Why did you choose to go there?
Okay, I didn't choose to go into shoemaking, but you know, after school, the stress and everything, not getting a job and all that. So I had to, think about what I could do to get myself, to keep me going. I wasn't even thinking about making shoes. I was thinking about buying and selling. So I actually talked to some people about it, and just one person convinced me to go into shoemaking. So I thought about it, and then after my first production, that's the first ever sandal I made, I fell in love with it, and I was like, whoa, that's how.
Yeah, well, okay, that's interesting. And the finances, was it easy getting
It wasn't really easy. It wasn't really. I could remember then, had to starve, had to, ask for loan, one or two.
So do you need a lot of capital to start that?
Not really. I started with 90,000 naira.
Okay.
But it wasn't really enough, but it was able to get me 13 pairs of male and female slippers and sandals. That was my first production. But it wasn't as if I used the 90,000 naira just for that, because I had to register my business name and all that.
Okay.
With using the 90,000, get materials to produce.
Is it easy to market it? Were you able to ready?
It wasn't really easy, but I could. Then I had to start with the family, the in-house family. I had to make for my dad, my brother's friends. Then on my way back I was going back to ABJ. I was carrying some in the with me, so I had to advertise in the bus and all that. It wasn't really easy to convince people that you actually make things here, but the comments I got encouraged me. They didn't look down on it because they could not even tell the difference. So that was a plus on my side.
Okay. Interesting. And your family encouraged you?
Yes, they are all in support. No one is against it.
Oh.
No one is against it.
So when you go out there, nobody looks down on you like.
They're actually wow. Like,
you're a female. What are you doing in the? It's supposed to be a male.
I had some people with the discouraging thoughts like that. You're not supposed to do this. But come to think of it, I am okay doing what I'm doing, because I keep telling people, whatever you do, when you derive joy in doing that, that means that's just your passion. So you don't have to listen to what people are saying. I feel very comfortable here. I won't have been very comfortable working in a bank because I can't just sit down 9 hours doing the same thing every day. So
passion drives it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. When young people are sitting down to complain that we don't have jobs, the government is not doing this, the environment is not doing that,
okay.
you can still make it in spite of all the challenges.
Yes, that's because I chose I chose to hold my destiny. I don't depend on people.
It's the Etiquette Show.
Welcome back. We are still discussing breaking bounds with Adao Baji and Nkiru Emodi. Nkiru, let's go back to how you started. I'm sure the money is rolling in now, but what has been the challenges in this business?
Okay, so far, aside the fact that we have to process materials here, but mainly we still import, the convention, getting people to believe in your
with our
product.
bad brothers and sisters,
Exactly. That's been my major area of curiosity. First, I need to congratulate you for your courage
Thank
as a
you.
lady to get up this. I want to be a shoemaker because typically when somebody says I am a cobbler, what comes to your mind is those people sitting behind some rusty seats and hitting away at their hammers. Now, Nkiru, I thank God for what you're doing. I salute your courage. But the major question that I have is this. A couple of times, patriotism has driven some of us to buy made in Nigerian products, locally made products. And tell you experientially, bought shoes to church and come back in bathroom slippers. So,
Okay, let me start by saying the above made product. Okay, let me start by saying when it comes to shoemaking, it's not about just producing shoes because I don't produce randomly.
Okay.
Not because I cannot produce randomly. My brand is strictly bespoke, and before I started producing shoes, I had to study the market for like 6 months to understand what I'm going into. So I got to find out that individuals are stimulated by their visions, 1, 2, they have different tastes, and 1. So I had to capitalize on that. So I don't just produce shoes for you. When you tell me make a shoe for me, I have to ask you questions. Just like, going to the hospital, I have headache, doctor, he's going to ask you questions. So Abba made shoes are being produced randomly, but they use locally made materials to produce them. But the problem we have in Nigeria is that we don't process it to the finished part.
okay.
It's still, the material still looks raw and all that. So that's why most of us still prefer the imported ones. But the truth is they get the materials from here and take it out to process and bring it back to sell to us. So that's one challenge we're having. If we have that here, things will be a little bit better.
Okay, so the finishing makes the difference.
Yes, it makes the difference.
And that's the fact that the raw material is taken out,
Then
reprocessed and then brought back so that it's more
sell.
malleable.
So, and then why my shoes are different is because I chose a particular fabric to use. I'm not the kind of person that wants to use every fabric that comes to get. So I chose a particular, which is leather, strictly leather.
So what's the pricing? How can you match up? Because I know that for like maybe imported shoes now, they are big companies, so they know how to match and
But the
make
truth
their
is,
profit.
the so-called imported shoes that I have seen so far, are really, you cannot tell when you hold a shoe that is being made by me, you cannot tell, except I tell you it's made here. You would even be the one to tell me it's not from here.
No,
but the shoes they make
about
there,
the price now. So
it's the same thing.
Can you make enough profit?
Yeah, it's the same thing. But people don't understand. We're just carried away with the fact that you have to send it down, like the shoe comes in from in the plane, gets to Nigeria and all that. That's just the mentality. The truth about it is, what they do there, we do more.
There's a concept of durability, because that's the major concern for people.
Yeah.
That's one, durability. Secondly, the finishing. The finesse is often not there in some cases. And this is talking.
And we're
I
talking
agree
like,
to that.
Okay,
I
for
agree.
example, you want to make a dress now. It's very expensive to make a dress here. And I can get that same dress at maybe like 2,000 naira, finished product. But here, you're talking like 20K to make that kind of dress. So I'm asking, like,
Yes.
how do you match up to be able to make profit? Because here we are talking electricity.
Yeah.
Your overhead is higher. Yes, all the challenges
we have
that
to provide
that
for
scale up
everything.
your cost
Yeah.
of production.
Yeah. So how is that? Do you really make enough profit?
For now, I would say yes.
Okay.
For now, I would say yes, because I'm not just, for me to be able to employ people and pay them salary, also pay myself salary, so I'll say yes, but it's not to my expectation, but it's
Okay.
on an
So when
average.
young people are sitting down to complain we don't have jobs, the government is not doing this, the environment is not doing that,
Okay.
you can still make it in spite of all the challenges.
Yes, that's because I
Yeah.
I chose to hold my destiny. I don't depend on people.
What's your driving force every day when you get up?
I just pray to God and then He directs me on what to do.
Okay, have you ever suffered any losses?
Yes, I have at the initial stage, yes.
What were the lessons? What led to the loss and what were the lessons? Because we're all learning.
Okay, the
First
lessons
as your guest and then for
at first,
listeners as
at first,
well.
At first, I had to learn the fact that when you're going into a business, profit shouldn't be the main thing you're going after. That should be your secondary. It shouldn't be on your primary list.
Okay.
Do you understand? And you should know that whatever it is you put out there, just have at the back of your mind that there is something that's going to alternate it. So when that thing comes, the way you pull yourself out of it determines if you can continue or not. So that's why I keep differentiating you being an entrepreneur and you being a sole proprietor, a self-employed person. You get, there are two different things, but people don't understand that. So everybody just see, okay, today I'm into a business and then I'm an entrepreneur.
So
No.
you should elaborate on that because
Okay.
I mean, to the layman.
Okay, for a sole
Just
proprietor.
hold it out. Let's take a break. When we come back, Nkiru will pick up from there. You stay with us.
As an entrepreneur, you face challenges, and whatever challenges you face turns out to be your opportunity. But for a sole proprietor, no. When you get to that point,
You back out, say, please, I beg, because of rest, eh?
you get, and then you look for something else to do. So you're just, as a sole proprietor, you're after the money.
It's the end of the show.
Welcome back. In case you're just joining us, this is a Dakwili show and we are discussing breaking bounds with Nkiru Emodi and Ada Obaji. Nkiru is about telling us the difference between sole proprietorship and entrepreneurship. Is that?
Yeah.
Please tell us.
I call entrepreneurs tags. And then as an entrepreneur, you think, you act, and then you grow.
Okay, that's the tag. Okay.
Yeah. And
Think,
before
act and grow. I like that.
And then for a sole proprietor, you think and then you act based on
Think.
the circumstances you find yourself.
Oh.
They don't grow because as an entrepreneur, you face challenges, and whatever challenges you face turns out to be your opportunity. But for a sole proprietor, no. When you get to that point,
You back out, say, please, I beg, because of rest, eh?
you get, and then you look for something else to do. So you're just, as a sole proprietor, you're after the money.
Okay.
But as an entrepreneur, you're there to solve. You're just like a problem
You have
solver.
to grow.
Yeah.
Oh, Nkiru, that's fantastic. Yeah, that,
Kiru, we are told that
that will take us to-
life rewards problem solvers and not complainers. How much have you been rewarded?
Okay, my reward so
Seeing
far.
looking at the smile on her face, you can see that she's been
very
richly
well rewarded.
No, not really, not really. I just have that joy.
Yeah.
And then
That's
at
a
least
reward.
I've gotten people to understand that you can actually depend on what is being produced here. I've been able to convince a whole lot of people just by making shoes. And then I have people calling from different countries wanting to get hold of just one pair or two.
Really?
Yes. So that puts a smile on
You
my
should
face.
give me one. Let's bring one for Etaquili.
That puts a smile on my face every day. And then it's not just now, it's not just about Nigeria here. You have them there, talk about you here. So,
great.
and me reading stories about how I've made an impact to my society or to my country.
It's great.
It's
big.
great, yes.
Yeah, it's big.
So the question I'm asking, as I always say, is a game of numbers. You know, if you're solving a problem for us, solve a problem for a number of us and not some select people. So
I
my
guess
question,
Nkiru will get there.
yeah.
but
So
answer,
my
Sha.
question is, what are you trying to do to make your products
Okay.
available to
Do
as
you
many
want
people
your
as
product
possible?
to be available for everybody?
It's available.
Not as many
Let
as
me
many.
explain what I mean by bespoke.
Okay.
Now, a whole lot of people get shoes or buy shoes not just because they want it. It's like it's a necessity.
Okay.
So you can have 2 pair of shoes and be very comfortable with them. You can go with anything. Like I was saying, I don't dress like this. When you see me dress, whatever it is I'm putting on complements my attire.
Okay.
Even if I'm wearing a gown, I could go on the sneakers and all that. So what I mean by bespoke is, you come to me, you tell me what you want.
Okay.
I lay down the materials that I have. You make your choice, your color.
Okay.
You can have a pair of shoe, have like 3 to 4 colors in them. Matured colors, very calm and all that. So that's what I mean by bespoke.
Okay.
So it's very affordable for everybody. In terms of the school shoes too, you can come as a principal or something, just come and meet me. Okay, I want you to make cortina. This is the design I want for the school. This is how many pairs I want. So it's all about you, not me. I'm just there to...
Thank you. More
Okay.
grease to your elbows.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for encouraging young people, and I guess your company will still expand because
Definitely.
you are an entrepreneur.
And
with
not a
what?
sole proprietor.
TAG what?
Time.
think,
Take,
act, and
act,
grow.
and grow.
Grow.
Take, act, and grow. Don't just give up on act.
Or thinking alone.
I'm thinking
So you
alone.
have to grow.
Oh, you have to
Okay.
grow, yeah. Nkiru, thank you so much. Now, in the next segment, Ada Obaji here is going to take us on some etiquette principles. You stay with us, we'll be right back.
When you are angry, when you are depressed, when you are dejected, do not post, because you find that some people who just want to vent and they are ranting and just go out there and put out some very, offensive material which they want to retract.
It's the Etiquette Show.
If you're just joining us, this is Etaquili Show, and we have been discussing breaking bounds, but this segment is about etiquette principles with Ada Obaji. Enjoy. Ada, take it from here. How do we manage the social media?
Okay, first and foremost, whatever social media platform that you are in, etiquette requires, the principles of etiquette is respect and consideration for others. So the proliferation of offensive materials on social media should stop. Social media, the essence of relationships is for us to become friends, is for harmonious living. And so whatever it is that you're putting out on social media, ensure that it's guided by respect, consideration, and some care for whoever it is, because you find out that some people have seen offensive materials being put about them and they have taken far-reaching decisions. That's one. And then secondly, don't overshare. There's some people who make it a point of duty. If they're drinking water, it's got to be on social media. Somebody can post as much as 5, 10, 20 times in a day on Facebook. That's too much. Like we know, too much of everything is bad. So do not overshare. And then you need to be very, very careful when you are when you are on social media. You have to be cautious. We have seen very prominent personalities post very offensive materials unknowingly. They didn't plan to post some nudity, some pornographic material. But because it's a private thing, and when you were about, before you click your post, just ensure you take a deep breath and look at what you are sending out again. And then don't just go harassing everybody and you want to tag everybody. Be sure that these are people who want to read your materials. And then on the other part as well, you want to be very, very mindful as well before you post out anything. Take time, do your spell check. ensure you dot your I's, you cross your T's, because some people have put out materials and they find out that it's so it kind of undermines their competence. And so you have a lot of red faces after posting out a program. So before you send out a post, take your time to be able to reread. And then, yes, outside of that, again, when you are angry, when you are depressed, when you are dejected, do not post, because you find that some people who just want to vent and they are ranting and just go out there and put out some very, offensive material which they want to retract. So even when you have deleted, like you send out a bad tweet or an offensive tweet, even when you try to retract, the damage has often been done. So we need to just be careful about the use of social media. Do not overshare. Do not be in people's faces all of the time.
A moral
do
compass.
not, yes, just ensure that whatever it is that you're doing is underlined by the principles of etiquette, which is respect, consideration, care for other people, whether it's on Twitter, Instagram, on Facebook, iChat, whatever name it is. Just ensure that whatever it is that you're sending out is something you want your family, your friends, your superiors, and people do not know that your social media tells who you are. Organizations, when people want to employ, want to do anything, the first thing they do, they profile you through your social media.
We won't be
it's
able
so
to
huge.
finish it in one day.
But you can't be too careful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ada, for this wonderful insight.
Thank you.
That's all that we have for you on this particular segment. We still have our kitchen segment for you. You stay with us, we'll be right back. This particular exercise will help your arms to tone to, not just the back, because that's one thing with yoga exercise. So you do it and use your energy to push. First of all, you push your arms up and then you go. You just do it 10 times. 1, 2.
It's the end of the show.
This is medicine from your kitchen segment. We want to look at back pain today. Most people these days sit down one place, or so maybe due to the kind of work they do, they suffer from back pain. And a lot of people ask me, Doc, what can I do? My back aches. And I want to show you just a simple exercise that you can do in your parlor or in your environment, just anywhere you are. This simple exercise that you can do to help alleviate and prevent back pain. Because you don't want to say, oh, I don't have back pain, so I don't want to do it. You can prevent it because you can never tell. If you do not exercise your body, you don't give your physical body the things that you should give it, one way or the other, it will give up on you. You'll just be aching while other people are running and playing. You can't do those things. So this simple exercise will really help you. If you do it every day, you wake up in the morning, you just do it. Just try at your own level, because we are not all at the same level when it comes to exercise, but you can start practicing until you get there. Every day when you wake up first thing, you lie down on your mat, on your floor, put your legs this way, and you put your hands this way. Don't forget, this particular exercise will help your arms to tone to, not just the back, because that's one thing with yoga exercise. It's not just one particular part of the body that is going to work on. You'll be amazed at the wonderful results that you get. So you do it and use your energy to push. First of all, you push your arms up and then you go. You just do it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You see, the exercise will help you to burn belly fat at the same time, the back fat too. And when you stand up, you hold it like this for like 1 to 2 minutes. Just hold it here. You keep doing this every day, you'll definitely see a difference in no time. Yeah. You see, it's not that difficult. Just start, be at your own pace. Gradually you build up to that desired point. As you know, our body structures are different. So the key point here is that you should love your body, work with what you have. But the key thing here is that you should try to maintain and get the best out of what you have. And this simple exercise will help you to stay healthy too. Thank you for watching. My name is Etiquette. Don't forget to go to our social media platforms to leave us a message. And if you would like to win a fantastic prize, you can answer some of the questions that we have and you'll stand a chance to win it. Thank you for watching. See you next time.